so today we welcome back Gabriel Ayala to the ASA. In pre-pandemic times, Gabriel brought a variety of musicians to perform for us over the years, from duo and trio to quintet combos, but also appearing as a solo artist, and that's what he's doing today. Gabriel studied classical guitar at the University of Arizona, earning a master's degree in guitar performance. And since then, his career has taken him across the US and Canada and elsewhere to international locations around the world. His music fuses jazz and flamenco with classical, and sorry, my mask is slipping. We always look forward to hearing the variety of sounds that he produces. A member of the Yaqui people of Southern Arizona, Gabriel's heartfelt message is always, love your children, honor your elders, and respect your women. So please join me in welcoming Gabriel Ayala.
hot. Dios Chino and po Gabriel Ayala wanted to say good morning, Creator be with you, is the way we greet people. It's not just a hello, Dios Chino, Creator be with you. Very thankful today. I want to thank the Arizona Senior Academy for allowing me to come and share live music. Oh my God. I've been waiting over a year and a half for this. So the year was 2020. Perfect vision, right? It was February. I was on tour in Louisiana. Things were looking perfect. I had an art exhibit that was just going to be opening at the Amarant Museum in Dragoon. And then I got an email one afternoon. I'm sorry, but we're going to have to cancel your concert due to this virus that's now taking over the world. Within a couple of minutes, another email and another email. In about the time of maybe 2 hours, my full year's concert calendar had been canceled. Really frightening as a professional musician. And I had no idea what was next, just like the rest of the world. And for the next couple of weeks, we saw these little red dots popping up all over, not even knowing what that meant, only that we weren't in control anymore. And I was feeling kind of pitiful one afternoon for myself, thinking, what's going to happen next? And I said, I know, I'll play a free concert tonight on Facebook Live. So I got on Facebook that evening. And I went live, and I played an hour and a half straight concert. And there was hundreds and hundreds of people there. And I just called it a concert for healing. I say I've been waiting a year and a half, but over this last year and a half, I've given over 80 free concerts. I'll say that again, 80 concerts. And it's been an amazing thing to, even though I wasn't able to come out and perform, I would still be able to share music. Gave me a lot of time to be able to create. So I'm going to play a composition here, a new composition that will be featured on my forthcoming CD, which is appropriately titled Quarantined. And this is the title track, Quarantine. Chocolate. This is a composition. Many years ago, I was invited to Caracas, Venezuela, to perform in a international guitar festival. And then a week later, I found out I was the only one from the United States, and I was going to be the featured artist. An amazing thing in my very young career. I was still in my late 20s. I'm 32 now, by the way. The jokes are free, by the way. If you don't like them, I can't help it. But I was there in the oldest music conservatory in South America in Caracas one night. And I decided, I'm going to improvise this evening. Classical musicians do not improvise. We're always taught that if the black dot isn't on the sheet of paper, you can't play it. And if it says mezzo forte, it better be mezzo forte. But I was going to break the rules. What happened is I'd been hanging out with a bunch of really bad people. They're called jazz musicians. And they gave me this notion that you can do whatever you want. And I believed them. So I set out to do this in this concert. And after about 3 minutes into this composition, I had no idea where I was going. So luckily my music theory training popped in and said, okay, you're in the key of C sharp minor. This is the 1-4-5. Now end this stupid song and get on with the concert. And I did. And the second night, I said, I'm going to improvise again. And this is where this composition comes from. It's entitled Inyapsi. And Inyapsi in my language means my heart. And it's in a flamenco dance form called an alegría. So from my heart to yours. Over this last year plus, all of my concerts have been online. This is actually my sixth concert that I've given in a year and a half. And again, I can't tell you how thankful I am to be able to see, well, I can see half of your faces. I was going to say to see your smiling faces, but no, we're halfway there. And again, the jokes aren't great, I'm sorry. But during this pandemic, on Facebook, if you've ever been on Facebook, there's these little emojis or hearts that you can press, and these little hearts go floating up on the side. And I got so used to seeing these little thumbs. And I tell people when I've played these live concerts now, if you don't want to applause, if you want to just do little thumbs like this, by all means, please do. It's so awesome. I'll feel right at home. There's a heart right there, floating hearts. Look, I love it. Oh man, you guys are a fantastic audience. Can I take you home with me? All right. So I'd like to play another original composition that I wrote during this time. So I've been working on this new CD, and I have the EP already. For those of you that want it before the actual hard copy comes out, you can get a hold of me afterwards. I have these business cards, and I'll let you know how to get this CD before the end of October and beat everybody else. So I wrote over 25 new songs. I had a lot of time. And it's kind of, I'm going to put them in chronological order of when I wrote them. Because for me, more than anything else, it tells my story through music. I kind of wrote my soundtrack of that experience. And this song here is a really heavy title, first of all. It's entitled, In a Darkened Room. And I think for a lot of us, I'm not going to speak for yourselves, but for a lot of us, we were in the upside down. Just this darkness surrounding us. No matter what beautiful things happened, we turned the corner and there was darkness waiting for us. And for me, it was really heavy and hard in that way. So I put it to music and let that take place. And when I actually recorded this composition, I recorded it in complete darkness. And it allowed me to reflect and remember, even though I probably shouldn't remember those feelings, it helped me to pull that emotion out in this composition. So this is In a Darkened Room. Can we get the lights down now, please? I hope everyone has been well during this pandemic. I hope you've. I was going to say, I hope your families have been well, but the truth of it is that we've lost way too many people, way too early. I can't even remember how many funerals I've been to this year. As a traditional singer, where I come from, when those relatives pass away, we are to keep them company. And it was hard because the government told us that we couldn't be there. that we couldn't practice our traditional ways anymore. I wrote a song some years ago. Those of you that have heard me perform before have heard this composition. And it's a song entitled Remembrance. And when I first wrote this composition, it was not as an elegy of sorts or an homage to those people that we had lost or anything like that. It was for us to remember and celebrate our relatives, their lives, instead of mourning their death. But unfortunately, again, as I said, we've lost way too many people, and we're still losing people here. When I would play my concerts on Facebook and Instagram and whatnot, I would always have a section of my concerts where I would play this song, and I would ask relatives, my Facebook family, because we became a family. We became a community. It was a sanctuary for people to come and share their innermost thoughts and just what they were going through. It was very powerful. Social media became an amazing thing for that time. And I always asked people, type their name. They existed. Let's honor our relatives that way. And it was always amazing to go back and read through the comments and see it was their grandmother, their grandfather, their neighbor down the street that was like an auntie to them. And again, it was heartbreaking, but it was healing. There was healing through that, through music. And ultimately, that is why I play music. Not for money. If I wanted to be rich, I tell people I should have been a doctor. I should have been a lawyer. Music, it's because I felt rich because of the people that came to my concerts, the healing that we could all share together. And a lot of times people will say, oh, you bring me so much healing. That's mutual, because I feel that when I'm able to play and perform for artists or audiences like yourselves. So I thank you for your time. So I'm going to play this song, Remembrance, in honor of all those loved ones that we lost this year. Chocotes. Thank you. This next composition, we have time for at least two more, you think? Is everybody good with that? Even if we run late? Okay, cool. We'll just go hang out in the hallway till somebody kicks us out. This is a song by Sting. Everybody's heard of Sting, right? And I grew an affinity for this song and wanted to create my own arrangement, which will be, again, on my forthcoming CD. It's the only cover song that I'll be doing on there. But I really feel that it in a single word, describes how we are as individuals. This is a song entitled Fragile.
So, if anyone has a question for Gabriel, raise your hand. I will pass this mic to you so we can hear the questions as well as answers. Do we have questions today? Okay, let's start here.
Gabriel, on your upcoming CD, do you have any individual piece of music that remembers or relates back to your participation some 4 years ago in North Dakota?
Great question. No, I never wrote anything directly relating to Standing Rock. When I was there as an artivist, trying to stop the pipeline, the Dakota Access Pipeline, I never wrote anything directly related to it. Maybe that's a little nudge that I should. So I appreciate that question.
You know, I feel a need to comment on that as well. I remember when you came to the Arizona Senior Academy to tell us, it was sort of lecture concert. You talked, and I think you played a bit of music too, and you talked about how you had to sell all your guitars to raise money.
Yeah, I wanted to support this plight, to really invest in it, that I ended up selling some instruments to try to help defray the cost of the camp, buying food and whatnot, and everything that it took to do that. So no, I was in it to win it. Everything that I do, I try to do 1,000%.
But yeah, writing some music inspired by that might be an interesting
I'll
avenue
definitely
to pursue.
have to think about something to write then. Yes.
Yeah. Okay, I think I saw one other hand somewhere.
Right in the middle here, I think.
There we go. Okay.
Do you ever cut your hair?
Just this long beard that I have right here. No, this hair's been with me for a long time. Just slight little trim, but it's important for me as an indigenous male to showcase that and to wear our hair long in that way and wear earrings. By the way, this is my own jewelry. So during this whole pandemic, I started my own clothing line, by the way, with my artwork on T-shirts, as well as my own jewelry line. I call it wearable art. So from the earrings to the necklaces, I started doing that as well.
That's wonderful. I remember you telling us, and I believe showing us, some of your visual artwork as well in the past.
Yes, I've been very fortunate that one door closed and a couple opened. And one of those was definitely showcasing my artwork as an indigenous male, bringing to light some of the things. Now, I have painted things related towards Standing Rock that I felt that needed to be out there visually. So now I got to write the song.
And I might ask one other thing that you can promote. We here at the Arizona Senior Academy have been invited by the Amerind Museum to come out and do a group attendance at the Amerind Festival, and I understand that you're going to be playing there, so maybe you might tell us something about that.
I will be the featured artist and musician, so I will have my artwork available there. Again, one of the things that I was talking about, that in February of 2020, my art exhibit opened in Amerind, and a week later shut down at Amerind. And nobody could see it until August of 2020. And so it only had a good 4 months run there, really, where it was totally open. Before then, it was just by appointment only. So now I get to go back to Amerind, though, and showcase both art and music. So yeah, I'm excited. So please come out.
This is in October. What's the date?
23rd, maybe? Did I get it? Nice.
Yeah,
Yeah.
October 23rd. Okay, wonderful. And one more thing, you have some CDs with you. You want to tell us how much?
I do.
You're
I have
charging?
CDs available. They are $20 each, but today they're 2 for $40. So again, the jokes, they're free. Take them for what they're worth. They're not much worth. But this laughter that we're sharing today, that's what I feel got us through this pandemic. The ability to laugh in the face of adversity. That's who we are as a people. For over 500 years, we've fought things. This isn't the first pandemic we've fought as a people. And our medicine, not something that you ingest, but something that you heal with, has always been that laughter. And even when I was doing these concerts, I would, poke fun at myself. You have to be able to laugh at yourself and not take yourself so serious. But that laughter is so beautiful to hear. And again, thank you for the little thumbs that you've been showing and the little floating hearts. They're amazing.
All right, so any other questions, comments? Shall we have some more music?
Yes, I'd like to, thank you. I'd like to close with a song. Gonna kind of take you back. Hopefully, take you back in time here. There was a group called Santo and Johnny. Anybody remember Santo and Johnny by a raise of hands? I bet there's a couple. Once you start hearing the song, you'll be like, oh, I know this song, Santo and Johnny. That's the band. They wrote a song called Sleepwalk. And one of my favorite tunes to play, and I always like to close my concerts with it because it was just kind of help you transcend and take you off to a nice place at the end of the night. In my concerts, when I would close my concerts, I would always tell people, as you heard earlier, to love your children, honor your elders, and above all, respect your women. And that's not just a phrase, that's a way of life for me. And I'm very thankful once again to the Arizona Senior Academy, to all those. I think the camera's straight up there. If you're watching on Zoom, good afternoon or good morning. It is afternoon now. And if you're watching on YouTube after it's been posted, thank you so much for your support. And I will look forward to seeing you all unmasked one day. That's the CD I'm waiting for, Unmasked. That I'm going to write a composition. Somebody remind me later. Text to myself. So again, thank you so much. Chocotes, yeah.
Thank you so much, Gabriel Ayala, for a wonderful performance, for returning to the Arizona Senior Academy and sharing with a live audience here.